Should I be concerned that the captain is now getting into the lifeboat and leaving the ship?
Go back to your drinks.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are back in Stormworks, and today we're checking out our brand new updated Oceanos. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Alright, and here we are on board the Oceanos in Stormworks, and we're joined by Aqua, one of the builders here. Sal also has worked on this, so go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. I'll have an icon in the top right corner for that. Some pretty funny videos up there as well. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and we are going to tour the ship. So first things first, I think it's going to be the bridge, right, Aqua?
Yes. Okay. As of the last time you might have played this or might not have played it at all, I don't know. The bridge has received some updates. First of all, we have a different system control chip, slightly different, but much better. That was the work of Sal. We've fixed some major inaccuracies with the bridge, and we've just generally detailed it more. I mean, there's not much to say about it. As far as we know, it's accurate.
Yeah, and there has been some confusion with the change of the whole engine system. We did have a significant delay between when we were going to intend to update the propellers and then when we actually did, but we finally got it done. And then when we did that, we realized that we could go ahead and just completely overhaul the ship because it had been a while, and we had learned a lot of stuff about the ship that was inaccurate to the original model. And one of the things that we did change that doesn't really have to do with accuracy is the engine system. So you have to actually start the engines before pushing the throttles forward instead of vice versa how it was before. And we also have a fully redone lighting system that kind of helps with performance a little bit. Before it was very jumbled up and it wasn't too great, but now with Sal's renovating of the whole lighting system, it is a lot better, and we also have interior lights on. However, the ship is not completely done. I'm thinking the ship won't be done until at least next year, and at that point we will possibly be working on a 3.0 version of this ship, because obviously there was a 1.0, but again, only possibly. We have noticed quite a few issues with this current model that we can't really fix anymore. So yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move into the chart room. Now, all of this here, all of the crew space in the bridge deck, or on the bridge deck, I should say, is brand new. And it's based off brand new deck plans that we have found. And they're not actually deck plans of the Lifeboat or the Oceanos. They're actually from the longest lasting sister ship, the, I forget the name, it's a very long name, but it was basically called the La Palma for the longest time, and it was scrapped in 2003. And one of the interesting things about this room is that the inclinometer, which basically tells you the angle of the ship, is actually back here, and that was courtesy of Robin Boltman, one of the survivors that we actually got in touch with, and he told us that it was actually back here and not in the bridge. So thanks to him, we now have it in the right place. So yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Yep, so if you want to go ahead and tell us about this space here.
Yep. So while there isn't actually a stairwell here, this goes down to what area?
Well, based on the new deck plans that we have found, they actually went down quite a ways. They actually went down to, I believe, even end deck, I think. They obviously broke off into different places, but they were pretty tightly close together when they were on the plan. So this could have been different on the Gillett board, but unfortunately we don't have those plans. At least they're not publicly available, so we don't really know. So we're really just basing this off of the sister ship plans.
So over here, why don't you do the explaining, because I'm not too familiar with these rooms.
Yeah, absolutely. So over here we have a small reception space. All of this is in French, but we've been able to translate it, and it really just shows this being a reception space and this over here being the captain's sitting room. And that really does cover the officers' quarters on the bridge deck. So let's go ahead and move one deck lower, and I think you'll be able to explain a bit of this area.
So down here, as for the lifeboat deck right here, it's pretty much the same as the model's always been. So I mean, out here it's stayed relatively clean, but as we get to the stern here, things start to appear a little bit different.
And there has been a significant amount of updates to the pool deck stern portion of the ship, and I'll let Aqua explain it because he did most of the updating back here.
Yeah, every time we talk about this little bit right here pains me because this was the hardest to fix. Our original version of the ship had no canvas here, and it was just bare frames. Having to recreate that, and not just this, but the railings on the lifeboat deck and all the way up there on the top deck where the funnel is, all of that is brand new. And all of that was done recently, of course with Jesse's help, but by me. So that's all new. We got TFC Tours, which was the charter for the Oceanos at the time of her sinking. And the bar over here, you fixed this.
Yeah, so I basically shrank down the bar a little bit to make it more accurate to the videos and the photos that you see of the ship during its voyages, and even during its sinking. There's a few videos of this backspace here, and obviously the bar was not as big as we had it on the original. Now it's, of course, smaller, but on the ship it was roughly this size. There's still a lot of things that we need to work out back here, but those will come in future updates. And yeah, the pool deck is pretty much done for now. Obviously, things will change over time, and yeah, so let's go ahead and let's move down the promenade. And this is where I will do most of the explaining because I actually recently updated this space, and as you can see, there's some more interior space, but we will be getting to that in a little bit. This area has been barren for quite a while. There's been nothing here for the most part of this workshop creation's life. But since the Oceanos had these planners and these seats, and overall nice decor in here, I decided to finally add it because I wasn't going to leave it bare forever. But there it is done, and we will actually take a look at the other side because it is quite different compared to this side. So moving along, we've got the interior, and I'd just like to point out we have a custom carpet in here based off the original carpet on board, and of course we'll be getting to all of this interior space in just a moment, but first we're going to go ahead and move through here. And as you can see, we have the rotunda here, or I believe that's the proper name. Is it, Aqua?
Yes, that should be right.
Okay, so here we have some more seating space. This is interesting. On plans that we have looked at, there is no door here. On the GA plans, the general arrangement plans that you can just find online, there are literally no doors down here, but we've consulted with survivors, and we have looked at very old deck plans from Jean Laborde and, of course, her sister ships, and they do show these double doors here. However, there is no door there, but we actually looked at a Greek film from the 1980s, and it does show some sort of entrance into the ship from that point. So that was a little interesting because we never actually knew that there was a door there, and we didn't even know there was a door here either until we looked at some very old plans and also consulted with survivors. And speaking about these doors, let's go ahead and hop in, and here we are in the discotheque, and the discotheque is still under construction. Obviously, this is out in the update. However, it is still being worked on because there's still some things that need to be worked out that don't really make sense. Alright, so let's go ahead and move into the next area. This is the bar and casino. Now, of course, the casino is just over there, but we have the bar here, and as you can see, it's very sparsely detailed. Eventually, this will be worked on. Of course, it does take time to research all of this and figure out where things go, but for now, this is how we're having it. And moving on through here, we have the casino with the slot machines. These don't work yet, but we're going to get those to work very soon. And moving forward of that, we have the extended part of the casino that actually merges into the lobby section. Now, this is not the reception section. That's actually 2 decks below us. And obviously, we have card tables here. And we do believe that the roulette table would have been just around here. But again, we don't have evidence for these things. So we need to actually find the evidence and consult with people before we actually put things in, because We don't really want to be wrong when it comes to these things. And moving farther forward, we have the Odysseus Lounge, or the Odysseus Lounge, however you want to pronounce it. And this is where most of the passengers waited for rescue during the sinking, or waited throughout the night during the rain and the wind, when the storm was really brewing. And this is where some of the shows were performed. There were even some shows performed in the lounge below us, the Four Seasons Lounge, which we'll be getting to in just a moment. Now, on either side of this room, we have emergency exits. Nothing really has changed in this room too much, except this bar. And as you can see, it's just a few walls right now. And that's because we don't have any evidence for these spaces. It's really hard to find evidence to build things for this ship, because there's not too many photos and videos that are publicly available, and even the private ones that we have don't even show these spaces, so it does become difficult. Alright, so making our way one deck down here, we're going to be entering the Four Seasons Lounge, and this is where some of the shows took place, and this is where the movies would be screened. They actually had TVs over here. We haven't added them yet, but we will add them soon. There would be TVs over in these pillars here, and that's how people would actually be able to watch the movies. And if we look over here, we have a bar. This is just a small bar. It's been here ever since the ship has existed. You can even see it on deck plans of Jean Laborde. And yeah, so there's nothing really too exciting to look at here. I mean, we have different colored seats and everything, but you know, that's really it. There will be a staircase over here eventually, if I can add it at some point, without the ship becoming ludicrously laggy. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move to V deck, and this is the boarding deck. Now, Sal did some work on this deck, as you know, Aqua. With the doors and the actual boarding ramp. Yeah, here is the reception space. It's on V deck, of course, and what's interesting about this deck is it actually has a half landing to get down. No other deck has a half landing here, which is interesting to see. Because it was actually very difficult to figure out on the deck plans. I became very confused because it was very repetitive to see the stairs going down a full deck without having a half landing and then suddenly having a half landing. So that was a little strange. Of course, we have a few desks around here. We have the purser's office, which is right here. And that's really it. But we also have one other little thing that has been recently added to this space, and that is the hair salon. And the salon was created using some private photographs that I was actually given for a documentary I'm working on, which is Oceanos, a sinking analysis, which will be coming out on August 4th of 2021, so look out for that. It will be 30 years since the sinking. And this is what the salon looked like. The only difference is that these doors would actually be rounded, and it was a little interesting feature for the salon and one of the interior spaces on the ship. But yeah, we're going to continue moving deeper into the ship until we reach the generator room, which I know you have a lot to talk about when it comes to that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and make our way down to the dining room. Now, as you can see, it's gone under only one renovation since we released the ship, and yeah, it's not too different from the last time that it was updated, but as you can see, we have pillars now added here that are actually correct colors and the correct design, and we have some railings here, and we have a dumbwaiter, which actually brings up food to the dining space here. So that's pretty much it for this space. Nothing has really, changed in here other than really that, and also adding this door here. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move deeper into the ship, and we're actually going to skip 2 decks because we haven't really updated anything in them, but I know this is where Aqua's going to be doing a lot of explaining when it comes down to the generator room. So let's move through Poseidon deck, and then Neros deck, or N deck, and some of you may remember this is where water was filmed flooding the ship. Alright, Aqua, I'll let you lead the way, and why don't you go ahead and explain to us all the changes made, and actually the whole addition of the generator room.
Well, this room as itself is brand new, but this room was necessary to get down to the generator room. So if we come down here. So this room was first added by Jesse, but I said, no, that's not enough. So I went in and I detailed it. As a whole, this room is probably sorry, not probably, it is the most significant. So back over here on the side, we have, this is, what's it called again?
Yeah, so this is the sea chest. Now, during the Oceanos' cruise, they were actually working on the sewage ventilation pipe. And this is our representation of the sewage ventilation pipe. They took a section of the pipe out, and it was blocked with all the sewage. So they were cleaning that out, and basically this box popped off the side of the ship and was blown back in this room, and water just started pouring out of it. They had no time to fix the pipe. They tried to close it. They couldn't. So what they did is they closed the watertight doors and left the room. However, as we both know, there was a problem to that. And the problem was the water flooded into the sewage ventilation pipe, into the sewage tank, and then flooded up an open valve into cabins and caused the ship to sink from there. And there was nothing that they could do to stop it. It was going to go down. But since the big leak turned into a small leak, it allowed the ship to sink a lot slower, and no lives were lost. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move up to the top of the ship now, and that is going to conclude our tour. But we're not done with that. We're going to sink the ship, because that's what we do, don't we?
Ha, yeah.
Yes, it is. Alright,
Okay.
so we're going to have to turn this wonderful day into a stormy night. So, bear with me a moment. Alright, and there we go. So, basically, this is somewhat of the conditions that the Oceanos was experiencing during its fateful voyage. And what we're going to do is we are going to make our way down below, and I'm going to trust our wonderful Captain Aqua here to make sure that we don't get into any trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head down below. And let there be light! There we go. Now that we can see in here, this is where most of the passengers would be staying after they had dinner. And it was roughly around 9:30 that night when all of a sudden, out of the blue, with a sudden pop, the power was lost. And Aqua, if you'd like to go ahead and do that for us.
Red button.
Okay, yep, that'll do it. Red button it is. And there we go. The power suddenly went out. And within only a few minutes, the emergency power came on, which we will see momentarily. And any moment here, the emergency power should come on. There we go. And as you can see, we can now see in some spaces. And that is always good. Of course, if we head down below, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing something not too great. And that's going to be water. Because water is now starting to rush into the auxiliary generator room, or just the generator room, or as Aqua calls it, the engine room. We have had multiple discussions about this.
Your discussions mean nothing to me.
And now you can see it. The water is starting to pour in, not from the sea chest, because we couldn't do it due to space limitations, but from this fan over here, which is obviously inaccurate. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Water is going to quickly flood this space. You won't see it now, but in a few moments it's going to get really hectic in here. So, goodbye, auxiliary generator room. I will probably never see you again. Goodbye. Alright, Aqua. I'm heading up. Oh, wow, you're standing there. That's a little scary.
Why, hello there, Blue Man. Come on.
Okay, so where are we going, Aqua?
We're going, to the lounge, of course.
Oh, yes, of course. We're going to the lounge. What a wonderful
Again.
place. Alright, so this is pretty much what the survivors of the Oceanos pretty much were experiencing in here. Of course, it was not like a video game, of course. This was real life, but this is an interpretation of the environment that was being faced. Of course, the ship was pitching and rolling in the heavy seas. There was really barely any light in here except the emergency lights on. Of course, the glow of the... I don't think there was moonlight out because of the clouds, but the dark night, you couldn't really see much out there, unlike Stormworks, where you can actually see outside. But yeah, so this is pretty much what they were experiencing. Oh wow, that is a significantly large wave. Oh my gosh, wow, that looks like it's gonna hit the side of the ship up here, and no, it's not. Holy cow.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whenever the ship drops in the wave, and you see this wave coming, it just makes me want to run because I'm worried that the ship is just going to get slammed by a massive wave. Well, essentially it is being slammed by massive waves. It's just not on the level that we're standing. But it's only been like 2 minutes, and I can already tell the ship is listing. Obviously, I have the foresight to know that we're sinking, but I would imagine that if I didn't, I would have just gotten used to the list, to be honest. Alright, well, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and wait here until daybreak or until a rescue helicopter approaches or something happens. Well, oh gosh, you see this wave coming?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Here it comes. We're going to get lifted a bit here. Yep, here we go. And we're about to get dropped. I think the wind has died down just a little bit. Uh-oh, hold on.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Should I be concerned about the lifeboat that just got swung out?
No, you should not.
Should I just completely ignore it?
Go back to your drinks.
Should I be concerned that the captain is now getting into the lifeboat and leaving the ship?
Go back to your drinks. I'm gonna make eye contact till you look away.
Nope, I am not looking away. I hope you fall into the ocean.
Oh, hold on, this isn't right.
Exactly, it isn't right. You shouldn't be leaving the ship without alerting the passengers. Now that you have abandoned the ship, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start making my way off the ship myself. So, why don't you excuse me for a moment? Alright, and here we go. This should be the last lifeboat on this side. And now that we are coordinating the rescue, we will be able to get some of these passengers off. Actually, instead of getting the passengers into these lifeboats, I think we're going to go ahead and break reality and just lower them without any passengers in the lifeboats. And if they jump into the water, if the ship sinks, they can just swim into them, because I'm pretty sure if any of them get into the lifeboat while it's being lowered, they're going to fall out, just because of the way that the whole thing is designed and the significant waves that we are in right now. So yeah. Alright, so now we're getting the starboard boats off here. I think I'm going to go ahead and lower the port boats first, and then we're going to go ahead and get the starboard boats. And look at that. It looks like someone has already lowered this boat, and I think we know who that is. Our glorious Captain Aqua has left the ship, has abandoned us in our time of need. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these lifeboats down. I've already done a test with one of the lifeboats. It didn't go so well, but we're going to go ahead and just try a new method, which is to just release the boat from its davit and get the engine started up first, and then release the lifeboat from its davit. So there we go. Quickly hop off the lifeboat as it plummets into the ocean. And as you can see, they nicely leave the vessel, and they get clear, so they don't actually bump into the hull. And it's actually safe for the passengers too, because again, if the ship goes down and they're in the water, then they can actually be, able to possibly swim to those lifeboats and be saved. So we're going to go ahead, winch this one down a little bit, and then obviously start up the engine, and then just release the connections and then let it fall into the water. So as you can see, lowering these lifeboats would have been very difficult because as you can see, there's a lot of well, there isn't a lot of obstructions, but there's this large obstruction with the door here. And here is the last lifeboat to be launched from the port side here. All we have to do is throttle up the engine here and just release the magnet, and it just drops into the sea and pretty much just gets away. Sadly, some of them do flip upside down, but that's because they're landing in the water pretty aggressively. Usually they don't do that unless like the waves are massive and they've just been nicely dropped into the water. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get the starboard ones off, and the starboard boats will be really easy to do because now that they're clear away from the ship, they can actually just be nicely lowered, and that's always good. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's winch this down. There we go. Just to a nice height where we can jump into it. And, actually, you know what? I think the best thing to do is just to keep it lowering, because we're not going to be able to, lower the boat from the lifeboat, of course. So, let's get the engine throttled up here. And, obviously, we're going to have to release it once we get into the water. Now, we do have to cheat using the no-clip to get back on board, because I did remove the ladder. Since no clip is the thing, the ladder really isn't useful. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's drop the lifeboat quickly, no clip away, and then just hop back on board the ship. As you can see, we fall into the water, so it wouldn't have been good for the passengers anyways if we put them in there. And yes, we do have passengers on board. If you saw during our quick tour of the ship, not very quick tour, it was a little lengthy tour of the ship, we do have passengers on board. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get this lifeboat down, and this will be the second to last boat to be released from the ship. And I actually should have kept it lowering when I jumped in, because we won't be going anywhere. And yeah, there we go. Quickly jump in. We don't want to, you know, overshoot it, obviously. And as you can see, there's the water level. We've significantly tilted over to the starboard side. And once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and radio for some help, because we won't have any more boats, and obviously our passengers are still on board, because as you can see with this vivid demonstration here, this is what happens with passengers in lifeboats. They end up possibly going into the water. This one was actually really successful for some reason. The one lifeboat that I wanted to show would be a disaster. Oh, there it is. And it's just hit the hull and capsized. Alright, and here it is, the last lifeboat. So after this, it's time to call for some help. So let's quickly hop into the lifeboat here. Let's go ahead, throttle it up, and wish it the best, because this is it. This is the last lifeboat. And as you can see, we're going down alongside of the hull here. You can see the Promenade. You can see the emergency lights from the lounge there. And yeah, that's it. Alright, here we go. And we've touched the water. We've separated the connection, and that's it. Alright, here we are at the bridge. So let's go over to the radio. And yeah, mayday, mayday, mayday. We are the Oceanos. We are sinking. Is there anybody out there that can help us? Mayday, mayday.
I think I can.
Oh, not you. Okay, not you. Alright, well, you are literally the only person in the server, so, what are you gonna do for us?
I can, like, go over there or something.
Yeah, that'll work. That would be recommended at this stage. We are listing at 25 degrees maybe over to our one side, so we might need some helicopters if you can possibly organize some of that for us, unlike how you organized your own abandonment from the vessel. Alright, now that we have our former captain getting some helicopters for us, I think we can see him in the distance there. I think that might be where he's taking off from, but hopefully he'll get to us in time. I'm pretty sure he will. I mean, it isn't even day yet, and our ship is, you know, it's listing over pretty heavily, but it's only at roughly 25 degrees. We have some people out here. Let's go ahead and get these people up towards the topmost portion of the deck. And, you know what, while we're up here, let's clear off these deck chairs. We're not going to throw them into the sea. We'll let the ship take them down with it. But we're going to go ahead and just move them down so we have a nice clear area to have passengers get picked up from. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and as you can see, it's starting to become day, and we're actually starting to get some light here. Of course, it was a bit light with the moon out and everything. Of course, during the sinking, it was pitch black because there were dark clouds overhead. They were in a tropical storm, I believe it was. And, yeah, it was not a fun time. It was very scary, actually, to be out in those waves. But, obviously, in Stormworks, it's very different, mainly because it's a video game and because the lighting is much lighter than it is in real life. But we're getting all these people up towards the topmost portion in the corner here, because we don't want them down where the waves can possibly get to them. So yeah, as you can see, the sun is starting to rise here, and yeah. Alright, now we are back out on the pool deck here. I just wanted to come back here to get all these passengers up on the side rail, because of course we don't want them anywhere near where these waves can possibly splash up and hit them. So yeah. Alright, we're gonna bring these passengers up here. As you can see, the chairs have all fallen over, and it's really just not great for anyone to be here, or yeah, be on the ship at all right now, because of course it's sinking. And we do have to clear off these chairs as well, because we need to pretty much make a nice open space for that helicopter our former captain is organizing for us here. And yeah. Oh wow, okay, before I get all these deck chairs cleared off, I gotta grab these people, because I don't want the deck chairs just rolling down and hitting them, because we don't want any injuries here, especially when we're gonna be having an airlift. So as you can see in the distance, the helicopter is slowly flying in We do have some time, but not a lot of time left. As you can see, the ship is now listing over to possibly 30 degrees now, I would say. The storm has quieted down a bit. We still have some pretty big waves, but they're not too big comparative to what we were seeing previously. And yep, that helicopter is now slowly flying in. Actually, it seems to be descending rapidly. Alright, there we go. We got all the passengers up on the top of the deck, and now we can finally clear off all of these deck chairs. We want them as far away from where we're going to be airlifting as possible, because we don't want any of these causing problems. So let's clear all of these down. And one other thing that I am going to do is I'm going to cut the ropes here, so the helicopter can actually not have to worry about them. So we will have to get up to where that funnel is, but I don't know if that'll even be possible. But I know we can actually cut the line from here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And all we have to do is detach the rope, and we are all set. So now this space is cleared, and now let's try to go over there and clear off this rope here. And yep, I can start to hear the helicopter. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my binoculars here. I rarely ever use them. But as you can see, helicopter is slowly making its way here. And we are saved, or hopefully we'll be saved. But yeah.
Depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay. So first you abandoned us in our time of need, and now you are threatening to just leave the operation. Alright, let's see if I can get up over to the funnel here. There we go. I'm going to detach the rope, and there we go. We've cut the line, and now the helicopter has a nice clear space to airlift from. But first and foremost, I think we should be airlifting from the bow. How do you agree, Aqua?
Yes, I don't have much of a choice on that.
Alright, so first things first, we gotta get these people on the bow airlifted off. So we're gonna go ahead and clear these chairs off so it doesn't, you know, get caught in one of these chairs and then it ruins the whole operation and then the ship goes down with everybody on board. So yeah, some of these chairs are just falling off themselves, so that only means one thing at this stage, and I think we both know what that is. And that winch lowering, I don't know if that's just going really slow or if you're not lowering the winch right now.
Oh, it's moving very slowly. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Seriously? The ship's going to be gone by the time that thing even gets down to the deck.
I didn't even account for the lag, okay?
Alright, here we go. Nice and steady. Bring it in. Just be careful about the forward mast. Alright, well, it seems like you're coming in. I'm going to go ahead and just direct you. You are getting a little too close to the bridge. You want to get a little farther forward.
Oh, I'm trying my best. The wind, it is not my friend sometimes.
Oh, I know. Alright, you can stop winching down the winch.
Oh, it's not lowering anymore. I think gravity is just deciding.
Okay. Alright, here we go, here we go. Let's grab this person. No, 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 no. Yes, there we go. Alright, they're in. Winch them up.
Okay, yep. They'll be there for a while. Make sure they don't get hypothermia on the way up.
Alright, do you have them?
I got this.
I'm gonna use my binoculars here.
Got them.
You got them? Excellent. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is lower the winch down just a little bit, and then you need to come really close to the deck where I can put them in the harness, and then it'll make things a lot faster. You just have to be far away from the water part, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to be losing the bow in a few moments.
Yeah.
I'm actually just going to...
By the way, don't worry about my proximity to the ship. I just look much closer than what I actually am.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, no.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. There we go. Alright, lift it up, lift it up. There.
Alright, hold on. My game's having some major freeze.
Alright, he's in the harness now, so he's ready to go whenever you're ready to lift him up.
I'm raising him.
Excellent.
You might not be able to tell, though.
Yeah, I can't. I am really worried that at this point the ship is probably going to be going under very soon. Oh no, that is not good. That is not good. It seems like you were having a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, no, hold on. Technical difficulties, but everything will work out in the end.
Yeah, I don't think so. We've still got a ton of people to airlift from the rear of the ship.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Are there any more on the bow?
There's only one more person on the bow. If you want to move to the stern, we can.
Yeah, let's just forget about the person on the bow.
No, I'm going to take him to the stern.
Okay, yeah, then let's move to the stern, I guess.
There's no I guess. There's, we need to get the people off, and,
I don't know. The capacity may be 3 on this helicopter.
well, then you're just gonna have to make them
Manual.
stand, or sit on the floor, because that's what's gonna have to happen. You are truly the defunct captain.
That's what they call me.
Oh, okay, you're actually doing it very quickly. Just watch out for that mast there. That would be very bad if
sure
you
thing.
collide.
I'll watch out for it.
Okay,
I'll watch
good.
out.
Good. I know you're being sarcastic, and you're going to get very close to it.
Oh yeah.
Alright, just bring it back, and then we will put this person into the harness. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Perfect! Right into the deck of the ship. Right into the deck of the ship.
Amazing. Let me just winch up here.
Wow, this is actually worrying. I'm going to, while you're raising this person up in the winch, going to go back into the ship, double check to make sure that there's no one that accidentally might have followed me in there. Alright, I'm checking the lower decks. It really doesn't look like there's anyone here. I am just gonna go down to, whoa, yeah, there's tons of water coming in. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we need to move fast. We are tilting over like crazy.
Alright, well, I got that one person in the helicopter. I'm lowering it now, again.
Alright, fantastic. I am going to make my way right now back up to the pool deck, and then we will be able to evacuate the rest of the passengers. Alright, I'm back on the pool deck, by the way, so we can continue to get these people off. We don't have much time, I can tell you that for sure, and I'm pretty sure with your visibility, of course, being in a helicopter, looking over everything, you are able to tell that the ship's in trouble.
Yeah, I've been able to tell for the past while now.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that your level of urgency hasn't increased whatsoever. Alright, you can raise it up now.
Alright, sick.
Yeah, I actually was thinking that this was going to fail, but now that I'm seeing it, it might actually come together. It might actually work. However, the ship is like
Depends
listing.
on how I'm feeling. Always remember.
Okay, you need to stop saying that, because that's starting to freak me out now. Because now I'm worried that you're just gonna leave. Oh wow, yeah, we are really listing over. I would say this is probably 30 to 35 degrees now. I'm gonna quickly look into the promenade on this side. I'm pretty sure water is starting to. Yep, as I expected. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, we need to move fast. We need to move fast. You know what you should do? If you can get a little lower and right over where these people are and just lower the winch down a little bit, I can probably just jump up and toss them into the harness, and then you'll be able to winch it up faster because, of course, it's closer to you. So I'll wait for you to get closer. It is actually too dangerous for me to get that far out because the ship, I'm pretty sure that you can see at this stage that we are in pretty serious trouble now, so.
Why are those deck chairs sliding?
Oh my gosh, just go faster, please. We have two more people. We are so close to getting this done. I can see the water is starting to come up here.
The urgency of the situation is quite concerning.
Yes, so go faster. Or get closer to us so we can actually, you know, get them into the harness. Alright, all you need to do is just get a little closer, and then I can get this person into the winch. Then there's only 2 people, myself and this other passenger. So, yeah.
Alright.
I'm just gonna toss him in now. Alright, go ahead and winch him up. Okay, yeah, we gotta go really fast.
Yeah, so, can you go at the same time?
I can't go with him, no.
Okay, well then, you can be a Jack Dawson for us.
No, that's not how this works. There's still some time to get me off, and there's plenty of time to get these other people off. It's just we're running out of time.
That's what they said on the door. I mean, he could have.
I'm not here to have this discussion. I'm here to get the passengers off the ship. And as you can see, I imagine that you can see pretty well that the situation is getting worse by the second.
Yeah, I can. I have a pretty good view of it, too.
All you have to do is get a little closer to us, and then we should be all set. Oh, wow. Now I've hopped over the rail. I can really see how far the bow of the ship has gone down. I'm pretty sure that the water is trying to actually impact the forward deck.
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Just leave the helicopter like that, and I think I can get this last person in if I just jump. There it is. Okay. You can go ahead and grab him, and I'm gonna try to jump in. Alright, yeah, all you have to do is get a little closer to the deck and I'll just go ahead and hop in. Alright, so I've just noticed something pretty serious. I'm seeing deck chairs in the water. That can only mean one thing. You know how the bow has deck chairs?
Yeah, I've noticed. It's been like that for a while.
Oh my gosh. I finally looked at the ship from the outside. Wow, we were close. We were very close. Holy cow.
You know what they call me.
Yep. The cowardly captain. Alright, I'm on board. Alright, and there we go. There is the Oceanos there, beginning to go down. As you can see. Just over there. It's beginning to sink. Yeah, there it is. You can see the Oceanos going down there. We got out the ship just in time. I got really worried when I saw all of those deck chairs floating in the water just out over the bridge. Because I knew at that point the bow's gone. And when the bow goes under, you know it's bad. And as you can see, the water is starting to impact the bridge there. You got deck chairs in the water. The helipad is going under, and yeah. Alright, there goes the funnel. I would imagine tons of water are now pouring into the ship at this stage. And, yeah, it's going down. And you can see that the deck chairs are starting to be washed overboard, the stern ones, that is. And it is really climbing into the air now. We got lifeboats surrounding. The ship is going right down now. You can see how fast that thing is going now. Luckily, we got everybody off. As you can see, they're all in the helicopter, safe and sound. I find it fascinating that we were once on board that ship. It was floating, sailing wonderful. We walked its decks, and now we're watching its demise as each inch of the ship just slowly is succumbed by the waves. It's definitely something that is interesting.
Hold on, actually, I'm going to pull back a bit. I know we like the rudder and the propellers, but that's not all I want to see.
No, I getcha. We've seen a lot of the rudder and propellers recently. Or at least you have. I mean, you've been in that helicopter for quite a while surveying the ship. And as you can see there, the Oceanos is rapidly plunging under. There's really only the very fantail left of the ship, or the stern of the ship. And as you can see, there it goes, right there. The Oceanos has sunk under the waves. Let's get out of here.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Let's hear the good news first.
The good news is that we're 6 kilometers away. The bad news is that we were 7 kilometers away before, and we're at 80 fuel.
80 fuel. I have a compromise.
That's enough to get us about,
Well, let me hear it first. Let me hear what you have to say first.
That's a decent...
A decent
ways
distance?
away.
Okay. How about instead of making it to the airport, we just land on the smaller islands around? Because I'm pretty sure we'll
about
be able to
that.
do that. Yeah?
About that... I might have done a slight miscalculation on them.
Where's the fuel?
Look right in front of you.
Okay, I see...
Directly in the middle of the console.
Wait, you're not saying that it's 55, right?
No. No, I'm not.
Wait, where's the fuel?
It's right in front of you, right in the middle, on the console.
It just says 58. 59.
Okay.
We are getting really low. Did you move the helicopter lower?
Yeah, just in case.
Oh, no. Don't say that. We've already had enough trouble today.
Oh, I'm saying it.
Oh, gosh. I can see the islands. If you make a left turn... Oh, my gosh.
We needed that. We needed that.
We
emergency
need...
landing.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no!
Well, at least it's floating.
Wow. Alright, guys. If you just want to make sure to leave a like and a comment. And I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.